Here's your first look at a real and a fake Adidas Predator Elite FT Folding Tongue FG Firm Ground variation in the lucid blue colourway. Can you spot any differences? Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a real and a fake pair of Adidas Predator Elite FT Folding Tongue Firm Ground football boots in the lucid blue colourway. I'll be pointing out the differences between the two pairs so that hopefully when you're looking to purchase a pair for yourself, you will be able to avoid buying a fake pair with the belief that they're actually a real pair. So with that said, let's start the video. The first thing that you'll notice, keeping the real pair on the left and the fake pair on the right, is that the real pair come in this black Predator box. The box is quite basic. It just has Predator print on the top here, and it has the Adidas free stripe just on the front side there and also up here. As for the size label, it should just say Predator Elite FT FG, and for this specific colourway that we're looking at today, the lucid blue, this will be the product code that you should see on the side of the box. If it doesn't have that product code, then that's a red flag straight away. As for the fake pair, you'll see that they simply come in a plastic bag. This is something that's common with a lot of fake shoes, not just the Adidas Predators. And you can see that it also has a European size sticker on here. Basically, if you receive a pair of not just these, but any other shoes and you want to know if they're fake, if they come in this plastic bag, that is normally a big giveaway and is not something you would see on any real pairs. Also, just looking inside the box on the real pair, you will notice that they come with this tissue paper here, which has Predator and established 1994 print running all over it. That will be present with all real pairs that you buy. Also, if I just take the boots out and remove the tissue paper, we have this Predator boot bag, which will be present with every real pair. And the colour will obviously match up to the colourway of the boots. And you also have this little sheet of paper here, which comes with all Adidas football boots. So just another couple of things to look out for there that should be present with the real pairs. Also worth noting that when you get the shoes out of the box themselves, the real ones come with these tags. And again, it's just the product code, the name, the sizing for all of the different regions, and a couple of other bits of cardboard that are just attached there. So another thing that should come with all real pairs when they're brand new. If we look at the tongues of the boot, keeping the real one on the left, you'll see that the tongue on the real one is quite wide compared to the one on the fake. Also, the main giveaway here is that for this colourway, it has S1994 stitched in a bluish purple colour, which is the same as this colour on the rest of the boot. Whereas if we look at the fake one, it does have this stitched in as well. However, it's stitched in a different colour, so an orangey red colour instead. If it's anything different to this colour you see here for this colourway, then assume that the pair is fake. Also, if we flip the tongues up, you'll see that on the real pair, the bottom part of the tongue is a lucid blue colour, and this 30 that is stitched in underneath is also that same colour, which is different to the top of the tongue, which is the red material as we've already shown you. However, if we look at the fake pair, the top and the bottom of the tongue are the same colour, and this 30 stitching is in white instead. So if I just put those there, you can see this is what we should be looking for on real pairs in this colourway, and if it's like this or anything different, then that's a fake. The last thing that I noticed on the tongue is that on the real pair, if I just show you the Adidas free stripes, you can see up close it has lots of little lines going through the free stripes here on the material. I'll just get that really close to the camera, hopefully you can see that. Whereas on fake ones, it doesn't have any sort of pattern on it at all. It's just plain white with no lines etched in it at all. So I'll just put those side by side there up close so you can see what we're looking for. And yeah, this is what we should be seeing on all real pairs, this lined material going across. If we take a look at this piece of rubber material attached to the tongue that holds the tongue down, you'll see that it has Predator printed on either side of it, so it should have it printed twice, once here on the outstep and once here on the instep. If we look at the bottom part of that material, however, there's nothing in between. When I pick up the fake one, you'll see that this is not printed on either side here. And if I just put the boot upside down, it is printed, however, once on the bottom part here. So again, just another little difference to look out for on real and fake pairs. If we look at the outer sole on the boots, you'll see that they're very similar. However, something I did notice is if we get these pieces of plastic up on here, on the fake one here, you'll see that this plastic is a lot more shiny and has these small silver dots in between. So just a different material to the one that's used on the real pair, because on the real pair it's just plain clear plastic with the red bit behind, but no real shine to it as you see on the fake pair. Also, the Predator text along the sole is a lot bigger on the real pair, and you'll see the R at the back rolls into the heel here. So this is how it should look on the real pair, not just for this colourway but all other colourways. We should just see the R rolling into the heel there on the left boot. However, on the fake one, you'll see that that edge of the R doesn't go up anywhere near as far and stops really at the bottom of the boot here. So this is what we should be looking for on all real pairs. Also, if I pull the right boots up as well, you'll see that on the real one, this side of the R also goes up slightly onto the side of the boot on the instep there. Whereas on the fake one, that R finishes a lot lower and doesn't show up on the side of the boot. If we look at the text printed around the boot, this is something that's also slightly different. So on the Predator, you can see this is the real one here. The text is just a little bit thicker on the outer step of the boot. If we look on the inside as well, it says Hybrid Touch 2.0 on this inner part. And again, on the real one, it's just slightly thicker than it is on the fake one. So I just put those side by side. And yeah, this can also just be seen on any other parts of text that are printed around the boot. There's a slight difference. So striped skin there, just a little bit thicker on the rubber than it is on the fake one, and so on. If we look at the heel, you'll see that on the real one it's quite a bit shorter than it is on the fake, so those are just shown there. It goes up a lot further on the fake. Also, this little bit of material in between is a lot longer on the fake pair than it is on the real one. So if I just put those there, that's a slight giveaway. And if I put those on the side angle, you will also see that the heel just curves around a lot more on the real one to lock the foot in a bit better, I suppose, than it does on the fake one. So the fake one's a lot straighter and less curved. Also, the tiny piece of material that's on the heel, on the real one you can just see it's more of a meshy material, and also again it's a bit smaller. But on the fake, it's a much more synthetic, plasticky sort of material. So if I just get those up really close, this is what should be on all real pairs, this knitted sort of material that you can see here. Looking at the inside of the boots, you can see that again, the colouring is slightly different. So on the real pair, we've got the orangey bit here, and the heel is very padded as well. And we have this 30 stitched in a blue colour. Whereas on the fake pair, we have the colour down here the same, so the orangey one. It's worth noting that the heel is a lot less padded on the fake compared to the real one. I'll just show you that there. A big bit of padding across, whereas that's not really present on the fake. But the main part to look out for is the colouring on the heel there. Also, if we look at the inner part of the boot as we go further down where the laces are, you'll see that the colours change and go back to this lucid blue. So we have this sort of pattern here, not sure what that is, but it goes back to lucid blue all the way down there. Whereas on the fake one, it just doesn't have this this little print that it does on the real one. And also it stays in that orangey red colourway the whole way down. So no change to the blue where it should after this part of the boot ends. So I'll just show you those there. If we now look at the size label, you'll see that on the real one it says made in Indonesia at the top, then it has all of the sizes for the different regions. And again, we can just see the product code here that was on the side of the box, and that should match up for this colourway. We also have the Adidas QR code and some other info at the bottom. If we look at the fake one, however, you'll see that the sticker looks a lot cheaper, and it says sample made in Vietnam. So no real ones will say sample. Also, it says Predator Elite LLSG underneath, which refers to the laceless soft ground stud version, whereas obviously this pair is the FT folding tongue FG firm ground variation. But as you saw on the real one, it doesn't have that printed underneath anyway for the FTFG. So whether it says FTFG or anything else which is incorrect, like it does on this one here, assume that the pair is fake. Also, you'll see that the product code down there doesn't match up to the one that we saw on the side of the box for this colourway. So if it's anything different to this one here that you see, so this IF6442, and the boot is this colourway, then assume that it is a fake. If we look at the 3 stripes on the exterior of the boot, you'll see that on the real one, they're white and they just have lines going through, but these lines are very faint and they're not so much a different colour, they are still white, they are just etched into the material slightly, as you can see there on the real pair. If we look at the fake one, however, you'll see that these lines are black lines going through, so they're actually a different colour to the white and printed on the top rather than etched into the material. So not on this colourway specifically, but on all Adidas Predators, you will see that the real ones should have one colour of 3 stripe down the side of the boot, and these lines should just be etched in, as you can see here. And if it's anything different than the same colour that is on the base part, and it is printed over the top rather than etched in, then again, that's a big giveaway of a fake pair. If I just put those side by side to give you an idea, this here is what we're looking for on all real pairs. Similarly, if we look at the toes of the boot, we have a material that runs around here and it has a real dip in it and has an etching around the edge. The fake has tried to copy this, but it's quite smooth and just a dent in the material, if anything, so it's just slightly different, as you can see here. So this is what we're looking for in the real pairs, just a material to run like this around the rubber and around the bottom part of the toe going into the outer step. But on the fakes, it's just a lot less well etched, as you can see here. One last thing, which is something that I mentioned in a lot of my videos, a lot of fake items have issues with excess material, excess glue, things like that. And that seems to be the same with this fake pair of Adidas Predators here. So just looking at the insole on the right boot, you can see that there's this loose bit of material hanging around the insole, just where it's not been cut properly and shaped out at the end. These are things to look out for on all fakes, like I mentioned, not just these boots. But if you see anything like this, again, assume that the item is a fake, as this is not something that would be common on real pairs. Thanks for watching. If you could please like and subscribe, then that would help me greatly, as it allows me to grow the channel and make more videos like this. Also, if you do have any suggestions of other shoes or boots or anything else that you would like to see me review, then please leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to cover as many of those as I can. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.